Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of debuggingMaths. So in this episode we'll be discussing something really crucial, something very important. So the questions I'll be solving today are extremely important and you need to pay attention to every single detail. So if you can solve every question here or related questions that you see in this video, then you are most likely ready for the exams, because these questions are from the past questions and I added some of my own to mimic the PQ. Welcome, I am Nathaniel, this is debuggingMaths, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video make sure you do hit the like button. So having said that, let's get started. So look at this question now, you're asked to simplify. So if you can solve this one, take a minute, pause the video and you can attempt this on yourself. So let's continue. We can I can cancel out root 20 with root 20, but let's just simplify further. So let's take everything step by step. So this first one, root 9 will be 3 multiplied by, you can put this in your calculator straightforward like that and you get 2 root 5. So it's very easy if you put it in your calculator, but if you don't have a calculator, obviously you can just simplify, just break this down. 20 is still the same thing as 4 times 5, right? So that's root 4 times root 5, and this is 2, so 2 root 5, and then multiplied by the next. For this one now, root 48, you can break it down to be 16 times 3. So 16 times 3 is still the same thing as 48, so root 16 times root 3, and then when you break this down, that will be 4 root 3, basic sort. So here is 4 root 3, and then all divided by root 5 times the same thing, root 20 is still going to be 2 root 5. So this can cancel out this, it could cancel from the start, but let's just do it this way to earn more marks. So then this times this, that'll be, so 3 times 4 like this times this, that is 12 root 3, because that's what's left, divided by root 5. So that's the final answer. You can leave it like this, your answer is still very correct. So for this next question, we have 1 plus an imaginary number, all divided by 1 minus imaginary number. So this is another very simple expression, and if you want to simplify this, all we need to do is multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So let me show you what I mean. So what I mean is, just change whatever you see the sign is here. Now we have negative, just change the sign to positive here and then multiply. This one now, we have 1 minus I, so it becomes 1 plus I. That's the conjugate. So if you want to simplify this, anytime you see an expression like this, it might be solved, it might be anything, just multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. You know, we said the conjugate is the same change of sign. So if it's plus, change to minus. If it's minus like this, you change it to plus. So let's do that. So multiply by 1 plus I. Take it slow so you don't make any mistake. 1 plus I, like this. All you need to do is just multiply this by this and multiply this by this. So now for this one, now once you multiply like this, once you expand and multiply, you get this for the numerator, and once you multiply the denominator, you get this. So you can see that I can die with I here, and we have 2I here. So let's just simplify them. So now you have this, but it doesn't end there. I is imaginary, and I square, the imaginary number square, is equal to minus 1. So you need to note that. So anywhere you see imaginary number square, it means minus 1. So now let's just substitute minus 1 inside the I square. So make sure you watch your signs too. So here becomes minus 1 and here becomes minus 1. So if you expand further, this minus here becomes plus and this minus here becomes minus because of the minus and plus here. So you can see from here, this one can die with this one and this becomes 2, right? So this here becomes 2, and of course this can die with this, and then the answer is just I. So that's your final answer for this one. So anytime you see any question like this, just know that you can always rationalize like this, and then once you do that, it opens up the way for new expressions. So now look at this question, very basic, very easy. So look at the fourth root of, so the first thing you want to do is to remove this the fourth root. So all you need to do is multiply all through by the power of 4, like this, and then this, everything here becomes 4. So once we cancel out, so we're left with x plus 56 is equal to 9 raised to the power 4, and then x is just 9 raised to the power 4 minus 56. So this is your answer. You can leave your answer like this, but I recommend you simplify further. So if you want to earn more marks, you can simplify further, but for me, I prefer my answer like this. Or you can say 9 raised to the power 4 is 6561 plus 56. So that will give you 17, like this. So please pay attention to this one, because this one is very, very important. So it looks very straightforward, but it is very important. This is where many people make some kind of math error here and there. Now, just like the other one, now this one is 2, but this is root. So to remove this root, that's the first thing to do. The first thing to do is to remove this root. So be very careful how you remove this root. So if you want to remove this root now, you multiply all through by the power of 2, right? Like this. Now here's the tricky part. Multiply every single thing by 2. Don't multiply them individually, if not you make mistake. Because sometimes some people might forget and then put square root and square root. That will be very, very wrong. All you need to do is square everything at this side and square everything at this side. So if you do that, this will die with this, and so we have 2x minus 1, and then this one will not be difference of 2 squares, so that is x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 2. So if you do that, you get, so that will be x squared minus 2 minus 2, that is minus 4x plus 4, like that. And now all you need to do is just collect like terms. So this will be equal to x squared, and then minus 2 comes this way, or minus 2 comes this way, like this. It becomes minus 4 minus 2, which is minus 6x, and then this minus comes this way too, so it becomes plus 1, so this becomes plus 5, like this. And then all you need to do, this is now 0, so this here now becomes quadratics. So all you need to do now is just to find the quadratics here and find what x values are, minus 5 and minus 1. So x is minus 5, open and close brackets, x minus 1. It's very obvious here to see, so everything here is now equal to 0. So our x now can now be equal to, since it's not a quadratic equation class, x now can now be equal to 5. This same x can now be equal to 1. So that's the answer.